So this tutorial is talking about audio tracks and waveforms and the different varieties of ways that we can view waveforms and why we would want to change the view of waveforms and how we can track them in our timeline. So right now what I've got open here, I'm in the audio track. If your screen doesn't look like this, go here right next to audio, left click, and go to reset to save layout. All right. What I'm going to do over here is I'm going to open up this cooking montage. So what we've got here is a different kind of waveform. These two things are called vertical navigators. Vertical because the sound goes up and down, right? And you can follow it as you play along. This is simply some music. I'll play it for you. Now, I don't have any meters showing. As you learned in a previous tutorial, we have to make this audio track pretty big to see this down here. And I am going to raise these video tracks up a little bit because I don't need to look at the video. I'm really dealing with audio. When we get to the point in our post-production process that we're actually dealing with audio, all of our editing with the video should be locked. We're not going to be making any changes to our video itself. So we don't really need to have that visual real estate up here. We don't need to be looking at the video tracks. But we're going to be dealing with issues down here. So one of the things I want to do is also turn on my audio meters, right? So I can go up to, as we learned before, Windows, and the drop-down menu there, and turn on my audio meters. And they are over here, and I'll make those a little wider like I did before. We have an audio meter right here from the previous tutorial, and these tracks here that we can watch. And as I play this, you'll see up here the same thing. As I play this track, you can see the same thing here. And this is my audio line here, and I'm lowering it. Now, let's talk about a couple of things. We have, as we play this, we just have straight timeline here. If I wanted something a little more defined, I can left click on the settings here, this little wrench, and I can go down to show audio time units. Audio time units. And then I'm looking at this. These are actually the samplings. Every time, let's say my audio here set it, my sampling rate is at 48. That means that the computer is going to take 48 snapshots of my audio every second. And if I move these and these little arrows in and blow this up, I can get down to actually what we call the sample rate. That is one sampling. Right here, that's another sampling. That's another snapshot. Right, so I can get actually right down to the sample rate. So if I have a click or a pop in here, I can actually go into the sample rate and manually take those out. But these programs also have things in them where that they will analyze your audio for clicks and pops, and you can tell it to just automatically delete those. Okay, another thing that we can do here is go over here to our timeline. And I'm going to be working with this audio down here, and I'm going to select show audio time units. Right, so audio time units here, there's my sample rate again.
Excuse me.
I can do it in the same way here. Right, so my audio time units here and there. I can also do, I'm going to take this off of here, and I'm going to select one more option, time ruler numbers. These coordinate with this, your time code. So as I'm playing, as I get to 16 seconds here, this will match my time code. It's not quite beats, because we don't have a beat analysis here, but it certainly helps us. Another option for us to deal with in our timeline. Now let's look down here. So we have these two wonderful vertical navigators that we're looking at here, and here's stereo, and it is true stereo. But let's look at this one. All right, I have the same type navigators down here, vertical navigators, but there's another way of looking at this. A lot of times your video comes in, a lot of times your video comes in here. If you left click on, this is that's the timeline that I've got, sequence that I've got open. And right here I'm going to click on these little lines here, which are my source for here. And I'm going to select rectified audio waveforms. All right, that's what we normally will look at. But if I scroll in here, you're going to see there's quite a bit of action going on here. This is part of the room noise. These are things that are going on in the room that aren't quite audible, and I can't really see them very clearly here. So what I want to do is I want to change that from rectified audio waveforms, deselect it so I get this navigator. Now, as I blow this up, and I can do that right here by pushing together these little circles, right? I can then look at this audio and I can examine it a lot more clearly. And adjusting my audio track heights, I can really see there's something going on here. And I may either want to eliminate or I may want to raise the volume on that. I'm going to hit the backslash key and get this back to here. Now, this is called a rubber band. This is my audio line. A lot of people call this rubber band. And if I put my mouse right over this, it turns into this icon, and I can raise or lower it. But what I'm doing when I do that, let me go back over here to this. What I'm doing is I'm raising and lowering this as a whole. So both of these stereo tracks are being raised and lowered, even though you can see here by the waveforms that they are different. This is stereo, but here is something different. This is something different. So let me go up here, also scroll out here a little bit, and I can left click on this, and I can select composite video, Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. This is the cooking. It has no video with it. Stupid me. Select this. Excuse me down in the timeline, and double click it. It opens up here. I can see composite video, which shows me the video. I can choose the audio waveforms, which shows me the audio waveforms of that clip. That was just your instructor having a mental hiccup at that point. All right. So if I want to see the video up here, I choose composite video, and then I can play it down here, and I see it in my monitor over here. But now look at this.
Excuse me. Is this seat taken?
It's exactly the same thing, but the setup is different. So let's double click this. Let's go back up here. Let's look at our, not our track mixer, not this one, but we're going to look at our clip mixer. As I play this, I'm going to adjust the volume here.
Excuse me.
But it's only one track. So as I raise or lower this, I'm only adjusting one. I'm not able to adjust these individually, but not so here. You notice I see two FX little buttons here. That means and beside each one of them, I have a left here, and I have a right here. Make this a little bit larger for us, right? So that means I can adjust these tracks individually. So let's double click this, open it up here. And again, I'm going to go to my audio, not my track mixer, but I want to go to my clip mixer. And as I play this sequence, you notice I have two of these. I have two tracks, a left track and a right track. And as I adjust this, I'm only going to be adjusting one of these. Let's play that again. And I'm going to adjust here on the fly.
Is this seat taken?
Right? Now, again, simply, you can do this down here. I can raise this one, and it does not affect this one. I can lower or raise this one, and it does not affect this one. Right? So these are adjustable individually. And you can see right here
Is this seat taken?
what that happens. Let me go ahead and raise this right track up all the way. I'm going to lower this left track down quite a bit, and you can see the number down there is telling me what my decibel level is set at as I lower it. And watch the monitors up here.
Is this seat taken?
Right? Again, let's watch it here.
Is this seat taken?
So that's the difference between being able to adjust individual tracks or to adjust both tracks simultaneously. All right, so in that keeping, we're going to go to another tutorial, and I'm going to show you what happens if you have multiple tracks, for instance, in narration, and if the volume for each one of those narration clips differ greatly, how can we adjust all of those at the same time without having to do each one individually? That's what we're going to do next. So that's the end of this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it.